Dream car.
Go on then.
Diablo. Hi, I'm Adam C and welcome to the best of the 1990s. So, today is the Goodwood Breakfast Club and it's specifically for cars in the 90s. And this is the public car park. So right at the start of the morning we have a TVR Chimera in dark green next to a Team Orica Dodge Viper GTS. And if you know me, you'll know that this is literally, well, nothing else is going to top this today. It's hard to see how anything else could top a GTS. So the fact that this is in the public car park suggests that the cars in the main show, which is just over there, are going to be quite excellent. So we will do a quick walkthrough of the public car park of cars that couldn't get in, but there's still a lot to look at here. I think it's going to be mostly TVRs. I was trying to think what kind of car would turn up at a 90s car show. I'm thinking TVRs, Diablo, maybe some Ferraris, hopefully an F40. It is Goodwood. We've got the new Mark V Supra, 488 GTB, a GR Yaris in dark green with the number plate 049. Cars are even starting to leave. Everyone gets here very early and it is 9 o'clock now, so it's actually quite late for a breakfast club. So I'm going to get some pictures for the gram first and then see what else is in the car park. Let's get this Viper. There's also this early Aston Martin V8 Vantage Volante next to a happy MX-5. Yay. And we've even got some pretty rare beasts like the Porsche Boxster Spider, and then in a similar colour a Porsche 911 Carrera RS with side exit exhaust, could you call them that, with an R8 in front. And something rather rare for this country, a C5 Corvette with an E30 M3 in front of it. But before I go into the main show, I've got my breakfast, which is the new hazelnut flavour of Y-Food, who have sponsored this video. Now Y-Food are bringing out so many exciting flavours. We've got hazelnut, there's salted caramel, and all the original ones that you know and love. And the new design fits much better in your hand, and it's still the same delicious Y-Food product. So this can be breakfast, lunch or dinner. Today it is my breakfast because it's quite early and it fills you up for between 3 to 5 hours. It's got all the vitamins and minerals you need for the full meal. It's lactose free and gluten free and high in fibre, so it's got everything that you need. Follow my link in the description below to check out the hazelnut flavour as well as all the other flavours that Y-Food has on offer, and use my code ADAM10 to get 10% off your order. Right, let's look in the show. Inside the main show we now start up the lineup of 90s vehicles. So is this kind of what you expected? An XJS next to a Mr. 2, an E36 as well, and a white Toyota Mark II. So not quite a white chaser, but still a surprise to see here at Goodwood next to a nice custom Volkswagen Corrado. And a lot of the crowds have been gathering around this really nice Subaru with the Avon tyres livery, bit of a wide body kit as well. On my Instagram I recently did a post about how breakfast meets don't really happen as much as they used to anymore. I wanted like an early morning breakfast meet where cars such as TVRs would turn up to. So this is exactly what I have been waiting for. This is what I used to attend going back to 2013, these kind of events, and they don't happen as much anymore. And now we've got a PS13 next to a Mini, and a clean R33 next to a Series 1 Lotus Elise, blue with white stripes on a roundel, and the most of the show is just over this fence. Let's see if we can get a sneak preview. So I can see a Mark IV Supra next to a C4 Corvette. There's quite a lot of people, so you should probably head up there to inspect the cars. So let's go past the TVRs, of which there will be loads. So back over towards the Subaru, which has now started up, providing its idle Boxer sounds, very classically Subaru, through the side pipes, you'll notice. Usually, well, the Subaru's providing their evolutions now. Yes, usually at the Goodwood breakfast meets there is something like a Mclaren F1 plonked here, but instead we have a pair of silver Evos, so we can't complain too much. Oh, I said there'd be one, didn't I? A Series 1 Renault Twingo. We were talking about these yesterday. I decided I was going to buy one eventually. I actually almost joked about the fact that there might be a Renault Twingo Series 1 here. My guilty pleasure. There's only one for sale at the moment. It's yellow with a full sunroof, and it's about £3,300, but I just love the quirky little Twingo. Oh, I love the interior. Yes, I found my way inside. My first time inside my little childhood dream car. Every time we go to France or Italy or Spain, I'd always spot every single Series 1 Twingo that I could see, and now I'm inside one. So beyond the little treat that was the Series 1 Twingo, we've got an Alpina BMW 8 Series next to a liquid yellow Renault Spider, another quirky treat from the 90s. And a bit of a crowd as a result of the Lamborghini Diablo. So that's one of the cars I wanted to see today. Also, talking of Diablos, we have a yellow 300ZX with Diablo headlights, although this one's got the pop-up, so different headlights. And a little Suzuki Cappuccino next to, you will have noticed, a yellow Honda NSX. So this section over here is normally a bit of a Legends section. So we do have another Diablo, which is parked up next to a pretty cool Peugeot, getting quite a bit of attention as someone revs a Rover V8 in the distance. You'll also notice this E30 says powered by Honda, and that's because it's got an S2000 engine and gearbox. And now a wide-body Corrado with the G60 supercharger showing it off, and a remarkably clean Rover Metro next to another TVR Tuscan at the front. So we've also got a black Ferrari Testarossa. There are various sections to look at, and there's no way of knowing what is in each one, so I'm going to follow my ears because there's something rather loud idling away in some of the main paddocks. It could be an R32. Indeed it is an R32 GTR departing the show. I thought I recognised it. We've got another Honda NSX, again in yellow. And following the JDM theme, we've got a Mazda RX-7 with a bit of an engine out the front of it. So we all talk about childhood dream cars, and I was born in the 90s, so 90s cars is what I like, and this is the era of touring cars that I love. On the Renault Laguna with a bit of a livery. I think these are pretty cool. And look, there's an R34 in white. This is probably on the list of a lot of yours when thinking about what kind of car might turn up. We've got another R34, this one a GTT, next to an S15 and a rather low E34 BMW 5 Series in green. And just around here we have an R33 Skyline in blue, and whilst we had an S15 earlier, we've now got a 200SX S13, so quite a lot of JDM Legends were conceived in the 90s. I'm also loving the golden wheels on this Chimera. Oh, what a variety show it is. 205 GTI next to the Civic and the E36 AMG, and then the crowd is gathering around another Supra next to the DC2 Integra Type R. The dedication of those who turn up to the Goodwood breakfast meets are like nothing else. So we've got the lovely Volvo estate, there's a Mondeo as well, and people really do start leaving very early. So you can see there's already bare spaces, and it's, what, 10:30? Some events don't start till 11, but Goodwood starts at 7, and cars start leaving at 9 o'clock. Oh look, there's a white S14. You'll also notice it has an RB rather than its original 4-cylinder SR. And another Supra, this one in white. I think this one looks fantastic. Look how much attention the Supra's getting. Kids are wanting photos next to it. And it's also great to see a very clean Saab 900 Turbo with the spotlights and the 3 spokes next to a Peugeot 309 GTI, and a Vauxhall Carlton next to a TVR Chimera, next to a Griffith, next to a Peugeot estate on the way to a holiday with a roof box with some junk in the trunk. Oh, there's a picture on the door of some spray. I'd lost Chloe for a second there, but it seems like she's getting the racing line around the corner to the coffee bar. So the turnout's not quite as vast as some Goodwood breakfast clubs have been in previous years, but I still think we have been in for quite the treat today with the amount of 90s whips around. So it seems now that cars are starting to roll out. Well, they've been rolling out ever since we got here. So there goes the Integrale that I didn't actually notice in the show. Oh, there we go. We found it on the roadside. Another look at the Delta. Double D-clutching. We've even got a little Mark 1 MX-5 pulling up. Turbocharged as well. So there's actually another meet on this afternoon that we're going to try and head to, although I'm not entirely sure where it is. I've been told, but there's many places with the same name. So we're back in the car park, there's a queue to get out, there's a yellow Range Rover, which I quite like, next to the Evo 10, and we're going to just kind of try and work our way to more car content as the Mclaren salutes the world by a very bright green 1 Series. Look, it reflects off this car, look at that. strange. We will have to join this queue of cars which is not moving anytime soon. Ah, perfect. So Mark with the Team Oracle Viper is who told me about this afternoon's event, and he hasn't left yet because everyone is crowding around the bonnet of the Viper, so I can ask him and then join him at the second event of the day. So to head to the next meet, Chloe's going to drive my 350Z and I'm going to hop in to the Dodge Viper to head to the next event. So quite a turn of events. So we're going to join the traffic and then be on our merry way. So being American, the door handles are electric. The only manual way of opening them is from inside here. So that's a little quirk of the Viper, and obviously, like the Twingo we saw earlier, they are left-hand drive.
Go on then, press it.
There we go. So there is Chloe in the 350Z. We've kept the roof up because it decided not to work. So we've gone around the roundabout and we can actually see a lot of the traffic coming out of Goodwood. So we've got the Diablo passing through. What a sight we've got. The route that we've taken has ended us up at the infamous Hindhead Tunnel.
That's a shame.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to try and maintain normality.
Some sort of.
Yeah.
Must have had a little bit of a blast.
Oh, looks like we've got an S14 now coming up beside us. There he goes. Now we're doing all kinds of car spotting today. We've got the very quirky Citroen in front of us now, as we're just approaching the next location. We've even got the GT Turbo Renault 5 from the meet as well. Oh, that was my car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that fun blast from Goodwood, we are now at the Crooks Billet, making our arrival at the car show, and apparently it's quite a good turnout. A lot of American cars. Here we are. So Chloe has been shunned into the public car park in my dirty 350. So here we are. After that, we've got a Plymouth Crown on the road, prowling past. So whilst it is mostly loud V8 American muscle cars, behind us, beyond even more of them, we've got even more of them, and then a PS13 next to a little Mark 1 MX-5. I think this looks pretty special. And I am spotting, like I normally do, there is a Dodge Viper SRT10 pulling onto the roundabout, so he'll be coming in. Check it out, SRT10 Dodge Viper. Beautiful. And check this out, this is a BMW 2002, although you probably wouldn't have guessed. So it's always great to hear the cars as they depart, especially when they've got a V8. So we have now acquired a beverage and we are watching the Camaro Z28 leave the show. He is covering his ears, he knows.
Didn't really need to cover his ears.
Oh my god, I almost dropped my beer. A chrome gold Mercedes. We now have a rev-happy Corvette ZR1 making its departure. There's also an M1 something I doing some squeals around in the distance, but I'm loving the ZR1 with the blue brake calipers too. The M1 something I was still doing some squirrels and wiggles. I think the pressure's on. Everyone is watching. Even the DJ is filming from his DJ booth. Here we go. I'll explain its blurry number plate. And next up we have the Z28 Camaro. Luckily it's a wide road. Okay. Well, let's calm it down. We've got another ZR1, this one a C4 Corvette. Lovely. And now another C6 Corvette, this one with the paddock stripes on the front arch. And because I am Mr. Cobra, I have intel that we have an aluminium-bodied Cobra heading our way. Oh, there it is, there's the Cobra. We have the aluminium-bodied Cobra coming around the roundabouts, the number 10 car. Lovely. Ah, the Chrome Mercedes is now leaving with its A45 wheels, are we thinking? Maybe. Holy mother of manifolds! And quite a premature departure, we now have the Cobra leaving. And next up, the gorgeous C1. I love that. As well as a C3. And now another C3 in graphite grey. Literally all my favourite cars are here today. We've got a TVR. And next, one of the most quirky cars of the day, the Prowler. So a true tattoo of an American car show has been made whilst I was in the toilet, but it's okay, we've got a C5 Corvette. And after that, we have the Ford Anglia Dragster with the wheelie bar and the parachutes. Here we go. But of course, he's on the street. Oh, the 300s are leaving. Now another Corvette. As this Golf makes an appearance, we have another Corvette leaving. And the BMW. And now we've got the PS13 and the little Mark 1 MX-5 leaving the show. And that was pretty much that for my day. So we started off at Goodwood for the breakfast meet for 90s cars and then rode in the Dodge Viper GTS to this American classic car meet at the Crooked Billet. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Go follow me on Instagram for all the updates and highlights and photos of these meets that I go to. But for now, thanks for watching.